I've been working my way through a list of your questions. Today, I'm going to answer a question about bringing out your inner artist, and then I'll answer a couple questions about photography accessories. My first question is from Joshy. He says, "Hi there, SnapChick. I am new to this photography lark. I just started about 8 months ago. I have the tech side of it pretty much sussed. Apertures, ISO, shutter speeds, blah, blah, blah. But I really struggle with the artistic side of things, such as composition. My main interest is in travel style of photography, as I plan on heading off around the world in a couple of years after I have finished off some studies. Do you have any advice on how I can improve my inner artist? Thanks, Joshy." Well, photography, it can be many things, different things. Some see it as more of a technical pursuit, where they are looking for a technically perfect image. They want to know the right gear and settings, they want to have the right composition, and everything must be ultimately crisp and ultra saturated. And that's one way to look at it. On the other end of the spectrum, some see photography as an art, where settings, composition, color, subject matter, and really everything is flexible. This is where I fall. But then there are the multitude of people who are somewhere in the middle. Thinking about where you fall is a part of developing your photography and your inner artist. One way to develop your own photography is to study other people's photographs. Some like to find something that they like and emulate it. But you said that you're looking for your inner artist, so I think that you're looking for more. Let me tell you about my own journey. My style has developed out of studying art and art history and from actively appreciating the world around me. My art studies gave me the basics of aesthetics, of art appreciation. They gave me a baseline for the elements that I enjoy in a work of art. And when I say actively appreciate the world around me, I mean that I allow myself to take notice of the things around me, like the beauty of the sunlight glinting off of my bathroom faucet this morning. And I also put myself into situations where I am likely to be inspired, like the forest or a museum. I'm actively pursuing inspiration from everywhere: paintings, sculptures, music, nature. I find inspiration and I take elements from my past studies, from art books that I check out from the library, and from museums that I visit, and from things that I notice around me. And my own creativity and style has emerged and continues to evolve. So my suggestion to you would be to study art, whether it be formally in a class or workshop, or more informally at the library or a museum. Then, as you are gaining knowledge of the breadth of art that is out there and the different elements that go into a visually interesting or pleasing or evocative work of art, whatever it is that you aspire to create, experiment with your own photography. Look at your photos, and if your vision wasn't met, how could you have used composition, perspective, color, shadow, even subject matter differently? And then try again. Now on to Jimmy, who asks, at what point of your progression to become a photographer do you think it's time to start buying things like filters, remote controls for shutter, and similar things? This is a great question. I get this question, or at least something similar to it, every day. Newer photographers want to know, when is it appropriate to get accessories? When do I get a filter? A remote? When should I be looking into these things? And is that something that I should already know? And here's my answer to that question. Let go of the idea that there is a certain standard toolbox that you need in order to be a good photographer or to progress as a photographer. There isn't. Everyone likes to use different things. Now, I do think that knowing what is available out there is great. Do some research on the different tools at your disposal. But rather than thinking about when it is time to purchase a series of accessories, focus on your photography. Then there may come a day when you say, oh gosh, I wish I could do X. And then realize that you know of an accessory that could help you achieve your goal. So in other words, what I like to do is wait until I have a problem that needs solving rather than finding the answer and then looking for the problem in your photography. And last, a question from Anonym. What charger and batteries do you use for your flashes? I use Sanyo Eneloop batteries. They are rechargeable lithium-ion batteries, and I love them because they have a long life in the flash, but they also have a long shelf life. I can charge a few of the batteries up, put them on a shelf and then confidently pick them up a month later or even more and know that they still have a full charge. As for the charger itself, I have a few. They're all from Sanyo. My favorite is my 16 battery charger. I can charge all of my SB800 batteries at once. And you can find a link to my batteries and chargers in the description of this video. Okay guys, that's it for today. Thank you to Joshi, Jimmy, and Anonym for your questions. I'll be continuing to answer all of your questions out there. Keep an eye on my Facebook page for more of these Q&A videos.